She talks the talk, and she's one of us. High praise from those in the livestock industry for the new executive director of the Nebraska State Fair. We got a chance to get to know Lori Cox.
I grew up in the center part of Montana. We had a wheat and barley operation. We farmed a small farm, about 2,400 acres, and it was just the glory days. It was hard and a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, like everybody else in the farm business. It teaches you a lot, and it teaches you about perseverance, of course. And I just loved every minute of it. And I knew from a very early age I wanted to give back to agriculture for as long as I could.
Talk about the value of a fair as a venue to connect people who are oftentimes a couple of generations removed from agriculture, to get them into an agricultural context and learn.
I've always said, Steve, that this is the last, best, and only place to teach the public about agriculture. Unfortunately, we're not getting it in our schools like we should. We certainly don't have it at the home front, and people just don't have the knowledge that they once did when they're 3 generations removed from the farm. So where else are we going to do it? There is no other avenue out there that brings everybody together in a festival style that puts animals front and center from the agricultural side.
It's almost easier to see like a monkey and a gorilla because you can go to the zoo and do that. You know, and how many people grow up surrounded by this stuff and haven't been up close to a beef animal?
Right. You know, it's amazing. I was just hanging out with Case IH today, and you know, the fact that we have these combine rides, and these kids stand in line all day long to get on a combine, and you know, I took it for granted because I used to sleep behind Dad, you know, in the seat in the combine, and when I was little. But what a phenomenal thing that they would come and do that for us. And one of the things that's so amazing and magical about a fair is this might be, and probably is for most kids, the first time that they ever see a heifer. The first time that they ever get a chance to see what a baby pig looks like.
One of my favorite things is because the barns are front and center is how many of the general public just wander through there.
Having a stewardship program is so important within the context of the fair, and being able to reach out through our 4-H members and our FFA clubs, it's critically important. And I know the kids are busy. Kids are busy trying to get their stock ready, and showing is a big deal, and there's a lot of nerves, and I don't think people really realize what it takes for them to stop what they're doing when their mind is set on competition and be able to come forward and say, yeah, I'll have a conversation with you about what the FDA requires. I'll have a conversation with you about what it means that you get an antibiotic, and so does Bessie here. So one of those conversations can be a life changer for any person that they come in contact with.
As we know, tractor technology sure has changed, but folks at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln say testing methods haven't. They want to change that. UNL researchers will be testing 3 different types of power on tractors: power takeoff, hydraulic, and drawbar. They say older tractors only used one type of power at a time, but now they're using a combination of the 3 at once. They'll be conducting the research at the Eastern Nebraska Research and Extension Center near Meade and at the Nebraska Tractor Test Laboratory. Egg Valley Co-op files suit after a grain bin collapse. That incident in Edison, they're now seeking $8.4 million from several companies, including Chief Industries, W Design Associates, and Heartland Building Systems. Egg Valley says a total of 6 companies are liable for that August 2017 collapse. The lawsuit was filed in Lancaster County this week. Later, how the community of Sydney rebuilds through agriculture following the loss of Cabela's. Weather is up next.